Welcome back to The Hub on Hollywood, an iHeartRadio podcast. I am your co-host, James Rojas, and this is a special episode as we take a field trip to the Coolidge Corner Theater in Brookline, Massachusetts for a theatrical experience that hasn't been seen, or rather felt, in decades. Here's our journey to learn more about the 1959 cult classic, The Tingler, and the tactics that bring it all to life.
My name is Mark Anastasio, and my title is Program Director.
Well, first off, I have to talk about how beautiful this whole new space is. The main entrance used to be down the hallway over here, but now this is where people come in and are greeted with this great, beautiful view.
Yeah, this is our brand new box office, concession stand, and lobby area. You no longer have to wait in the alley outside. Although people did have affection for buying tickets at the window, now they don't have to brave the elements in order to get tickets to movies. We can hold queues in here, and it's afforded us so much more space to do so many more fun things.
And speaking about those fun things, again, like the Coolidge Corner Theater seems like it's constantly evolving. And speaking of those fun things, we had to talk about The Tingler, because The Tingler, this film from the 50s, coming back and bringing back an experience that people haven't seen and literally felt in decades, right?
Yeah, absolutely. We're running The Tingler as part of a program called Schlock and Awe, the William Castle Experience, and we've been presenting the films of director William Castle, who famously added these amazing gimmicks to the releases of his movies. And The Tingler is probably by far his most famous movie gimmick. This is a Vincent Price film about a scientist who discovers that feeling of tingling going up your spine when you're scared is not just a feeling, it's actually a creature that grows in your spine. And if you don't scream to alleviate the tingle, the Tingler can kill you. Back in 1959, what they would do is they would wire movie theater seats with buzzers, and at one point of the movie, the Tingler gets loose inside the theater. So the lights, the screen goes dark, the room is dark, and you hear Vincent Price's voice begging you to scream as loud as you can should you feel the vibration of the Tingler. So we've replicated that, and we've wired a large number of our seats in our main movie house to tingle people.
Is this gimmick the most intricate that you folks have done or tried here before?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, it was a solid 3 days of work with our electrician to install these devices, and we really hope that it pays off. I mean, we know that it will. It's going to create quite a memory for those who attend the screenings. The other gimmicks that we've replicated as part of this William Castle program, his Emergo gimmick involved flying a skeleton over the heads of the audience at a particular part of the film, and we did our best at replicating that. We screened his film Macabre, that included a gimmick where every member of the audience was insured for $1,000 against death by fright. And we did that and gave people a replica of that insurance certificate, and we parked a hearse outside just to drive home the idea that the screening is that terrifying. But yeah, no, the Tingler by far is the most intricate. Whenever you're involving wiring and fixing motors to the bottoms of seats, it was quite a feat, and we're really excited to put it to use.
I think we hear more and more nowadays about the popularity with the 4D experience, where I think Twisters was the latest movie where people were talking about, you can feel the seats rumble, or you can feel the wind, or what have you. Would you say this is the OG kind of experience, a 4D movie experience? This
is absolutely a 4D movie experience, and it really felt like the right time to put on a program like Schlock and Awe, where you're giving people an additional reason, to get off the couch and come out to the movies. There's no way that Netflix can provide you with a true Tingler in Percepto experience, but that's just the type of thing we do here week in and week out.
Is impercepto like the term for like that
Yes.
real life kind of feel?
The name of the gimmick, so William Castle would name all of these gimmicks that he attached to his films, and the Tingler's gimmick is called Percepto, whereas House on Haunted Hill, the gimmick was Emergo, and for 13 Ghosts, it was Illusiono.
No, that's awesome. So, and I'm sure we'll check out the devices in a bit. But yeah, so what are they? And it's my understanding that you have full control over the Tingler.
Well, it kind of, I mean, it might, is that too much of a look behind the curtain if we don't say that it's actually a Tingler that's crawling up people's legs? What they actually are massage chair motors, like replacement massage chair motors. They are 24 volt, 3,800 RPM motors that have been screwed into the bottoms of the seats and hardwired. And they are controlled by a remote system that we can activate from the projection booth, just like it was done in 1959. Yeah, so it's a vibration. A lot of folks have asked, like, if it's truly a current of electricity that we're sending through people, and that is absolutely not the case. I don't think that it was allowed in the 50s, and it's certainly not allowed today. So it's just a vibration on the bottom of your seats, but it's a very prominent vibration, enough to scare you and hopefully make you scream.
And that, it seems like, because it is hand controlled, each experience could be different, because the Tingler could strike at any moment, right?
Absolutely. If you just went by the book and only activated it when you were supposed to, that would be one experience, but I'm pretty sure that we'll be heavy-handed with the Tingler buzzing.
It's hard to control the Tingler.
It's very hard to keep the Tingler at bay, yes.
Yeah, excellent. Let's see. Well, before we check it out, is there anything else that folks? Yeah, when can they experience?
So we have scheduled screenings of the Tingler on Devil's Night, Wednesday, October 30th at 9:30 p.m. Is sort of a late night showing the night before Halloween. And we have a primetime showing scheduled for Thursday, November 7th, as just sort of a final send-off for our William Castle program. That'll be the last chance people have to experience Percepto.
And to get tingled.
Absolutely. We'll go for Tingler in 3, 2, 1.
That is fun. That is so cool.
So, like, yeah, pretty good.
That is strong too.
So other places usually use like restaurant pager systems and just sort of gaff them to the bottoms of the chairs, and we tried that, and it wasn't noticeable enough. So we went and found, what I did was I bought a photocopy of the original Tingler manuals that were sent to theaters back in 1959. Like, this is what you need to get in order to install this system. And we handed that to our electrician and said, how can we best replicate this? And we found these devices and spent a few days rigging them up, and what we have is now a lot of vibration. Pretty fun.
No, this is really fun. I love this. I super love this.
We're always presenting both first run and classic films here, a lot of times on film, and you definitely can't get that at home. We have a very skilled team of projectionists here that work in that booth. Starting tomorrow, we're opening Sean Baker's new film, Honora, in 35 millimeters. So we have kind of, I think it's an exclusive 35 millimeter run of that film, and it's excellent. So people should get out to theaters to see it, and they should come here and see it on film. But this is the type of thing that we're doing all the time. We have a different themed month of repertory programming taking place throughout the year. Our signature programs like Big Screen Classics, Science on Screen, Cinema Jukebox, we truly have something for everybody, and I encourage folks to check out our calendar and circle what they're into.
And a big thank you again to Mark Anastasio for bringing us a behind-the-scenes look at the Tingler experience at the Coolidge Corner Theater. The next showtimes for the film are October 30th, right before Halloween, and November 7th. Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of The Hub on Hollywood. Be sure to like, follow, and subscribe as we highlight the film industry in Massachusetts and New England, as well as everything else that's going on in Hollywood. I'm James, and we will see you next time.